Hey everybody, Derek here to bring you another video for The Walking Dead countdown to the start of Season 6. September's almost here, guys. I cannot believe it. We're really getting closer to the premiere. Fear the Walking Dead is already on. And, it's really keeping us busy and getting us anxious for the upcoming season of Walking Dead. For this video, what I want to do is, I want to give my thoughts on Sasha a little bit. I really haven't talked much about her yet. But after seeing the sneak peek in the Talking Dead special that they did, and just thinking about her character in general, I wanted to give my thoughts on her. So just in case you guys are not caught up with Walking Dead, or you do not want to be spoiled, this video will contain spoilers. Okay. So, obviously when we left off in Season 5, Sasha was really in a terrible place. It's very unfortunate to see what has happened to her character and the tragedy that she's experienced. She lost two individuals that she was very close to. Bob, somebody that maybe she considered as a boyfriend or somebody that she loved, and Tyrese, her brother. And as a result of that, it's really left her in a very dark place and something that she hasn't yet come out of. We see her throughout the second half of Season 6 really just taking very terrible chances that could have caused her to die. She was killing the walkers, on that open road, and destroyed the group's plan, cut Abraham's arm, really could have caused more problems. And then, of course, you get into the Alexandria safe zone, and she really hasn't adjusted. She had a panic attack at the party, and she really has delegated herself as somebody who wants to stay away from the group, who, wants to sit in the tower all day and kill walkers. She goes out and kills a bunch of walkers. And then by the end of the season, she's, wanting to seek advice from Gabriel, to get help. And Gabriel just, shuns her and says, I have my own problems. And of course the two fight, and Sasha almost kills Gabriel, So really, the big question is, what will Sasha be doing in Season 6, and will she get out of this slump? Well, the first thing that I'm thinking about is really looking into her character. She's not a character from the comics. She is a, character on her own. But I feel like she really is the reincarnation of several characters from the comics. One of those being Andrea. Andrea died in Season 3, and it definitely left a void in the show that is, in some ways been one of the downsides of Walking Dead, the way they treated Andrea's character. But Sasha, in a sense, has stepped into that role. Because Andrea, after losing, Billy, Ben, and Dale, within the course of a couple of days, Ben killed Billy, and then Carl shot Ben, and then Dale gets, bitten and dies of that after his experience with the hunters and getting bitten. She's left in a very similar state, and, really can't connect with people. She doesn't want to be around people. She just wants to be in the tower. And I think that really what that does for Sasha, I think is, in some ways, I think it's revenge. I think that, by going out and killing the walkers, it's in a sense partly revenge. These are the reasons why my life was destroyed. Because a walker bit Bob, and a walker bit Tyrese. So I think that part of that is just anger, and it's manifesting itself into, hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to slaughter walkers, I'm going to do this because I'm mad. I'm mad that I lost these people, and here's the reason why. But I also think that another reason, in a sense, is, it's partly a death wish. It's, I think she does have somewhat of a desire to die. Maybe she'll see Bob and Tyrese in an afterlife if she believes in one. The other thing is just, this world is heck. So I think that she's really struggling with a lot of that. And really trying to figure out, is there anything better out there? Or is this really the world and the way it is? And she's found her place, But I think that in a sense she really has this, again, kind of like Tyrese was once Karen died, taking unnecessary risks and putting herself in danger, saying, well, I'll do what I can do, but if I die, I don't care. And I think that, again, it's another thing too that she is suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, it's very clear that she has several of the signs, and she's really not able to get over the terrible experiences that she has gone through. Now, with the sneak peek, in season 6, we see her still in that state, but also this, she tells Abraham that she's trying, and I think that, with some of the new developments going on in the community, I think that she is going to start to see a little bit of a brighter side to her. And, we're really going to find out if she can pull herself out of that slump. Um, One thing I think that we're really going to focus on is that Sasha is going to be an asset towards the first half of season 6. They're going to need people that are going to want to fight against the walkers, that are going to want to, protect the community. And we've seen that Sasha is absolutely capable of doing that. And I think that she will. I think that she's really going to, step up. She's really going to be somebody that is going to volunteer for these missions. And we see that Sasha and Abraham got in a car together and drove away, and I'm assuming that they have some kind of a plan to either kill a bunch of the walkers or get the walkers away from the walls. So I think that that's part of the plan. And I think, again, Sasha was willing to step up and put herself in danger because she's still in that place. But I also don't think that she wants to get anybody else killed. Um, and I think that she's going to reflect and maybe realize that some of the things that she's done has put other people in danger. I mean, her leaving put Michonne and Rosita in danger. And I'll never forget, that moment when she, cut Abraham's arm while she was killing a walker in, the episode Them. I think that she is going to realize that. And who knows, they may have that conversation. The last time I went with you, you kind of gave me a new one on my arm here, like, are you straight? Like, are you going to get me killed or not? Because she easily could have. I mean, think about it. You slice any higher, that hits his neck, he's dead. And I think that that is going to be something that Abraham is concerned about on this mission. And again, it's also this idea of Sasha maybe realizing she doesn't want to see anybody else get hurt. It's not her intention to, kill anybody in this group or cause them any, trouble. She just wants to deal with her problems on her own. But I think that she's going to start to realize that, you can't be a loner. You can't just, shield yourself from what's going on out there. And I think that as we see her, become more involved with killing walkers and, getting this community in a more stable fashion, we may see her start to, become more like herself. Now, another interesting point from the comics, which may also help or hurt Sasha, which will be something that's very interesting, is Spencer. Now, in the comics, Andrea and Spencer, in a sense, kind of flirted with each other a little bit. Maybe there was a chance of something between them. They end up having dinner together at one point and talking about their experiences. But, Andrea's still, suffering from her loss from Dale and from the twins. And then, of course, Spencer kind of blows it because during the invasion of the Walkers in Alexandria, Spencer was just like, well, screw them. We need to get out of here. Like, forget them. Let's go. Let's save ourselves and forget them. And that really rubs Andrea the wrong way. And it's really not something that she ever forgives him for. And they never really get that, fondness for each other back. I think the other thing, too, is, maybe Andrea started to, grow closer to Rick. I always thought that was a very surprising thing, but hey, I think it's worked out, and I think they really did a good job with that in the comics, because obviously Andrea and Rick do get into a relationship. Do I see Rick and Sasha getting into a relationship? No. I just can't see them convincingly putting that together. I think they have a mutual respect for each other, but I really can't see those two becoming lovers. I really can't. There just really has not been enough set up between them that would really make it convincing for me. But there may be a chance that they might spin this story in the comics with Spencer on Sasha. Because I think that the two really do have a lot of things in common. Both of them have lost individuals of their family after the apocalypse and very recently. We see that, now Spencer's lost not only his brother Aiden, but he's now lost his father, Reg, and his mother. I mean, I think that Deanna's really going to be in a dark place, going into season 6, and really may not be able to be a mother to Spencer, may not be able to provide that love because of her grief. And, we may see that Spencer's in a same state, where he's really upset, really walking around in a state of anomie, wondering, what's going to happen? I'm lost. That's what anomie is. It's like I think it's like a state of, lost. You just don't feel like you belong, things like that. It's a sociology term. But I think that that's really what Sasha and Spencer feel at this point, that they are alone and they really don't have anybody that understands them, or what they're going through, and they don't want people to help them because it might make it worse, things like that. But I think if the two of them do start to get to know each other a little bit, which they did have that one scene in Forget, I think that that might be a very interesting development for Sasha that really is going to test her a little bit to see if she can really, grow love and have feelings for somebody again, which is something that Andrea struggled with too. And, it may develop or it may not. In the comics, they shut down the Spencer-Andrea relationship. But for Sasha, I think it may be a good thing for the two of them to grow close. I think that they can identify with each other. They do understand what each other is going through. And I think we will see them growing close in season 6. Whether it's going to be in the first half or the second half, I don't know. Because that's what's going to be really difficult, is it's almost seeming like everything within the first couple episodes of season 6 is just going to be full on action, full on, death and sadness and all this other stuff. Are we really going to have time for the cutesy stuff? Like, oh, I love you, I don't know. Excuse me. But I think that really those two growing closer together, I think would make for a very good story, and definitely maybe give Sasha the momentum that she needs in order to start to, recover, to start to deal with her grief, to realize, that what Bob and Tyrese would want her to do is be happy. And we may see some flashbacks, going back to that. I always thought that it would have been a good idea to really see if Tyrese and Sasha had conversations in between those 17 days between Coda and what happened and what's going on. Because, we had Beth and Tyrese's death back to back, but there were about 17 days in between. And I think that a flashback would be a very good thing, something for us to see. And of course, it would be great to see Chad, L. Coleman back. Who wouldn't? And I think that if we're able to tie that in and see if they did have a conversation and see exactly how Sasha is doing, I think that we really can, start to get an understanding of what, Sasha can do to recover. And I think that growing close with Spencer would be something that would help her. Somebody who can understand and identify with her a little bit. And maybe that relationship will work. Maybe it won't. But it may be the starting point for Sasha to start coming back. So I'm really interested to see what they have to offer for her. I think she's a great character. I think that she really has developed well. And I'm great that, Sasha, well, very grateful that Sasha is still on the show. And I think that her character is amazing. Sonequa does a very good job at portraying her. And I'm very anxious to see when season 6 comes back, what kind of a state will she be in? and how long will it take to maybe help her recover a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you all have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them. Feel free to subscribe. I do have more videos coming. If there are any suggestions that you guys have for future videos, please do not be afraid to suggest them. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much for watching.